So, diving in.
Diving in.
It's been a while.
That's been a while. Hi.
So, not just between me and you, I mean, been a while for the audience, because we actually haven't been recording any podcasts for a while.
You haven't?
No, have you not noticed?
Yes, of course I've noticed.
I was going to say, I bloody hope so.
Of course I've noticed.
All right, so, for the audience...
We have at home.
Everyone at home, for the listeners, because not just viewers, but if you want to watch it, we are on YouTube, and if you want to listen, we are on Spotify. I am your host, Ethan Bradbury. This is your new co-host, Ronnie Stone.
Dun, 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 dun. Hello, hello, hello.
And this is the Fkme podcast. So, first things first. Co-host, I just announced that.
What an announcement for the viewers and the people at home. They must be so overjoyed.
The reason it kind of links with the other thing, the taking a break, is doing the podcast, it kind of was needing breaks in the sense of my schedule with guest schedules and just being a nightmare, and I juggle a lot of things. And then I was kind of thinking, also some of the podcasts, they were quite difficult in the sense of the tone that I was trying to go for.
Okay, in what way? Oh, so, God, name and shame. Name and shame. Name and shame.
I'm not naming and shaming. But it was like some of the things were getting a bit too serious.
Right, so you brought me in to be not serious.
Exactly. I mean, you were on the podcast before anyway.
Yes.
You've been on a couple times. And it was fun. Like me and you, we have a genuine friendship.
Aww.
So there's a genuine friendship there. There's banter there. We have a similar mindset in the sense of like, it's difficult to say in the sense of we have our own opinions. They might be different, but the way we talk about certain things.
We have a good outlook.
Yeah, and there's a very different personality thing as well. You know, we have our own personalities. So we're our own people. So I thought the audience might like that.
They might, or all of the comments will be, who is this clown?
Yeah, who's this wanker? No, you you went down.
Let it out.
You went down well with the audience as well.
Oh, did I? Oh, thank you, audience.
Yeah. And you've been part of Fkme since day one. Because
photo shoot OG.
Exactly.
That was me.
One of the OG Fkme models, Ronnie Stone.
The OG.
And obviously we then hosted, you might have seen the episode with Ronnie before, where we then talked about hosting an event together.
Yes.
Which has actually now happened.
It was so much fun.
It was amazing. And we're not going to talk about that in this episode. We're going to do a full episode for that.
Yes.
We'll do that for the next one. But yeah, so...
Here I am, world.
So that's
been waiting.
That's why we had the break. It was the planning what's going to happen with having a co-host, going from there, and who it's going to be. And I thought you'd be fantastic.
I am fantastic. You're right.
Yeah. So we've timed this quite well. I mean, by the time this is out, it's going to be the end of
Pride Month. Now, does that instill fear or excitement?
Well, it's a bit of both because like we could air it based on what we're saying now, but then.
Oh no, I'm asking you personally.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all cool.
You don't get like, because I know so many people that get so into Pride.
Yeah.
Like so into it. It'd be like outfits. This is like a week-long process of manicures, eyebrows, everything like that. Like it is a whole thing. But I'm assuming that's not you.
No, I'm quite chill. I mean, I'm going to a Pride event. I'm going to go to one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest. I mean, there's people here who probably love them, but I can't do big prides. You know me. You know I like a big night out. You know I like going to clubs. I
never used to drink until I met you.
Fuck off. But you know me. I like a party. I like to go out. I like to be a bit of the centre of attention, shall we say, at times.
Magic Ethan.
Yeah, Magic Ethan, exactly. So, for those who don't know, when I get drunk, Magic Ethan comes out. But yeah, so I like to go out, but I also like to be able to leave. I like to be able to step out of said bar, said club, and just breathe for a minute. I like to recharge that battery. I will go back in a lot of the times, but I just like that escape.
I think, I'm exactly the same. Although my occasions leaving bars with you is usually to go outside and vomit.
Yeah, there is that. But... you all right there?
I'm good.
But with Pride, like big prides, I just find like you can't escape. You have no room to breathe.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. So I was at Manchester Pride last year. It was so oversold. I think this is a general consensus of a lot of people that have been there.
I didn't even go.
No. You would have hated it.
because of that.
Yeah, I was there with a friend. You know, she's somewhat disabled. She requires a cane to walk, and
That is the last place you want to be with a cane. You wouldn't even be able to find ground.
it was very useful though because it lit. No, it was because it got us through some like.
I thought it was to hit people.
Well, yeah, that. Obviously, I wouldn't put that on the internet. But also because it lit up. We had to. All we had to do is we had this constant beacon where we could aim towards. It was great. But anyway, we're sort of trying to move through the crowds, even trying to get to the disabled toilets and stuff to help. And it's just like that. Yeah. And there's only so much politeness you can be because you just need to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
And you reach that point where you're like, sorry.
Your sardines in a can. You rammed in and. I went to the Manchester Pride, went to the big one 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I went for the parade on the Saturday, and by 5 p.m. I was like, I'm going home.
I'm a terrible gay. I've never done the parade.
Oh, yeah?
I've never, ever seen the Pride Parade. I know.
You're shocking. That's
no,
bad.
I'm not. That's not shocking from me. I'm at the bar.
That's awful. I wanted to see the parade. I wanted to see everyone, representing and all the sponsors and doing all that. And it was quite. And there was some good ones. What was really funny though, my friend, she'd never been to a Pride, and she wanted to for her birthday. And that's so a big bunch of us were there. We're on the street, and this TV reporter, just came and just rammed a mic in her face. Like, what does Pride mean to you? And she's like,
Panic. It's like getting asked to describe a fun fact about yourself, and all of a sudden everything you've achieved in life just vanishes out of your brain.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the girl, she's part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
She's bisexual, and she wanted to celebrate Pride, but she'd never done a Pride. So ramming in that question of what's Pride mean to you, and this could be on TV, she was like deer in headlights. Yeah, it was quite funny, but the parade was great. But then, it just became so compact.
Yeah, very quickly as well. Yeah. It goes from, I've actually got space to move around to this is claustrophobic and I can't breathe.
But they are fun though, so let's talk about the fun elements.
So much. I have seen so many artists at Pride events and festivals that I've never would have been
performing
able to see
or just bumped into them.
Well, yes, column A and column B. I remember maybe the year before last at Manchester Pride, turning around a very dear friend of mine, a performer, sort of turning around onto the main stage, and there she was in all of her burlesque glory. I'm like, cool. Texting her, managing to meet. Anyway. But so oftentimes, yes, I see performers and people I know because they're always booking Prides and they're always booking performers. But also just headliners, not even necessarily headliners, but just other collectives, other groups. I saw Katie B last year.
That'd been cool.
Can I swear on this?
Yeah, you can swear. Yeah. Well, the brand Fkme.
Oh, that is...
even though it's actually just the spelling, it's Fk. They could be initials for all people now. But because we say that so much, we're going to get flagged for swearing regardless.
Fair point.
So you saw Katie B?
Saw Katie B. I saw Rita Ora was there last year. Who she became quite unpopular to not like for a while. I remember there was a whole era of
everyone loving her. Yeah.
Well, everyone hating her.
Oh, I thought you
COVID,
said
the COVID party. This could be slanderous. Fact check this. But I feel like there was a COVID party thing where she went to a restaurant and everyone hated her, and then her career just really tumbled from there. Yes, you never see her in the charts anymore. Rita who?
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, well, chronically online.
I am just Captain Oblivious, to be honest. Not going to lie about that. But yeah, no, I...
Have you ever seen anyone cool?
At Pride?
Yeah.
Not at all.
What? Not even in the years you've been?
No, because that's the thing. I've done a big Pride twice.
Yeah.
And because, like I said, I left at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m, so I saw nobody. Because it's just too claustrophobic. And I'm not... Like I said, I love a club. I love this, but when you can't get away, I'm just I'm going home. So I just went home and had a house party. I brought I brought about 20 people back here.
Oh yeah.
And then we were just let's just get on it. Yeah, exactly. No, it was actually. It was there was no. Actually, no. Some people did. Yeah, I didn't. I was well behaved.
Yeah.
Yeah. People can read between the lines there. And the other one, I was really, really young.
How young?
I was 16 when I went to Manchester Pride.
Wow. So this is gosh, when was that bit? No, I'm not going to age you. I'm not going to out you. I'm not going to out your age.
That was 06.
Wow.
I am 35, this year.
I was just started. I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was 16, 06. My birthday's July, everybody. So, yeah, I have to say it was fun. Mm-hmm. But fuck me, that was an eye-opener.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get fully indoctrinated into the queer world and every angle of it sometimes.
The young boy from North Wales who's only just come into terms with his own sexuality.
Yeah.
And that was more so like the people who go in, it's more of a case of they knew what I was going through in the sense of finding myself. Like, oh, come to Pride, it'd be great.
Poor little straight boy.
Oh, too bloody much, I think. It's fun, but I just kind of got to a point where, because I looked a lot older than my age as well. Mm-hmm. It was just a little bit too much. I should have maybe.
I see what you're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, and it was too much in the sense of I was young. You know what I mean? So that's a big no. Like Pride is a family thing, and that's something.
That's quite contentious nowadays. That's quite contentious now. I mean, look, I don't really have a particularly informed opinion of this, but I will happily repeat people's opinions that they've shared with me. Okay. And I think there's quite a lot of debate about that. You know, Pride. How can I put this? There's a lot of discourse around how adult-centric Pride should be and how family-focused
I agree.
Pride should be. You know, when you think about adult Pride, there are elements of it like kink Pride, for example, which loads of people love to have an opinion about, and a lot of it is based off of like misinformation, misguided, and all of that sort of thing. But at the same time, it has a really valid place at Pride festivals, which to the people that come to Pride for wanting a family experience can be very, very like headbutting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Do you think there should be like a day, like when there's like a big weekend Pride, think like this is the family day, but here's the cut-off time? Or do you think...
I think there's lots of different angles there. I think first of which is, you know, my parents brought me up that to not ever really be somewhere that I didn't understand to some degree, which was great because that meant that if I was being taken into adult environments, they were explaining what these adult environments and how to behave were. Thanks, Mum and Dad. And... you know, in one hand, it offers up the opportunity to have, you know, quite maturing conversations. But obviously, there's certain age brackets where that it's just not possible, you know, to try to imagine trying to explain someone, you know, puppy mask tails.
I was about to say, there's a
very
tail
young
butt
children.
plug hanging out his arse.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You've literally got a sex toy out your bum.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying is maybe do the family bit and then.
Well, you know, I've seen different attempts over the years. So for example, like all of the adult elements being towards the end of the parade.
Yeah.
I've also
turn away, kids.
Well, and sort of quite a gap in between as well, which is one solution. I feel sorry for the event producers and the event organisers for these kind of things.
Having to juggle this, it's very difficult.
Exactly that. Like I always think of. So I'm going to sidetrack, but like imagine doing the lineup of like Glastonbury, where you have to keep all of the middle-aged hippies interested at the same time, where you've got like twerking teenagers.
Yep.
In like you've got to keep all of these groups interested in what's happening on a single
That's the thing.
series of stages.
With the parade, like all the groups, it's like they're very just mixed, like one after the other, different things.
Yes.
And like so having it is difficult, isn't it?
It is really difficult. And
let's send through the sponsors, and then let's send through all the kinks.
Well, this is the thing, and then you know some of the people, like the organisations that are in these parades, you know, work with children. We have, you know, like child homelessness around queer people, all of that sort of thing. Like some of these organisations are specifically targeted towards a sort of multi-generational group of people. So in that case, we want the kids to be there to be able to see and understand that there are these organisations that can help people.
And also Pride helps a lot of queer kids with coming to terms with themselves.
Well, exactly. You know. And also, you can't, you know, this is probably a generalisation, but if you're bringing your children, whether they are identifying as LGBTQIA+ in some way or another.
Or just an ally.
Yeah, exactly. But they're more likely to be that ally as they grow up into adulthood.
Yeah.
You know, and we're seeing that more and more, this sort of and don't get too deep, but we're seeing this polarisation of people that really, at worst, don't care.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how I like it, frankly.
Yeah.
I'd rather they just didn't have an opinion at all, because it's my life. Not there. They don't need an opinion on what I'm up to. Yeah, anyway.
I concur. I get it. But it's a really difficult thing to say, isn't it, the whole... But this is what I like about the smaller prides.
Yes.
The smaller prides, I think maybe you say... The big prides, they tend to end up getting a bit too... Not too, they end up exploring a lot.
Yes, and trying to please everybody.
And there's also a lot more party culture, shall we say?
Yeah,
People get off their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to judge.
I'm not going to judge. I don't do that thing. Like, you take certain things. I don't do it. It's not
Neither
for me.
do I.
Bad experiences. That's all I'm going to say. Anywho, but yeah, don't judge. People do what they want, but that's what we're saying. So there's a lot more kink, there's a lot more diversity, and there's also a lot more people getting on it.
Yes.
When it comes to your small prides, that surely does happen. I'm pretty certain to an extent, but fractionally less.
By far and away less. Like, I've worked at some smaller pride festivals and things over the years, and the difference in atmosphere is night and day. One of them's like a village fete almost, and the other, like, in terms of atmosphere, not in terms of size or crowd, but in terms of atmosphere.
When I went to 2 years ago, they had the bouncy castle slide. You know what I mean? Had that, but they also had a thing where people brought their dogs and done like their own crufts. You're not going to get that in the big Manchester Pride. Or
I don't know. They do a doggy show. They do a dog competition at Manchester Pride. I think
actual dogs or human pups.
No, actual dogs.
Oh, okay.
I think Ginny Lemon hosts it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so they
from
do
Drag
it.
Race.
I didn't know that. There we go.
Yeah.
But it had all that. So it was like you say, the community vibe. It had, what else did it have? I can't even think now, but it's that kind of thing.
It's much, I go to a big pride. If I go to a big pride now, it feels like a concert.
Festival to me.
Yeah.
And again, so relation to me not being able to escape, I don't do festivals, like big ones.
Yeah.
I do small festivals.
Yes.
Because then there are escape routes.
Yeah.
Just leave and hide and have a minute. And then, I'm definitely not good with big crowds, am I? I'm good. No, I'm good with crowds, but I just need to leave. I need a breather.
Yes.
But, so like you're saying, concerts, and they are concerts because they have the performers.
Yeah.
And there's some really well-known names.
Oh, 100%. Usually Rue girls.
Yeah, and to be fair, the small prides as well, they do have performers. They're just smaller names a lot of the time.
Yeah, or like, what do you call them? Like impersonator acts? Is that what you have, like Donna Marie as Lady Gaga? I've seen that at a lot of smaller prides, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I've found there are a lot of just smaller artists who are local artists. Tends to get that.
That's always been like, I don't want to get moody and negative.
Or your celebs from back in the day.
Well, yeah. I don't want to get sort of moody and negative, but that has been like a constant pet peeve of bigger prides to me, which is the headliners, the big acts are so often allies, yes, but heterosexual straight people, like heterosexual people. And pride, in my opinion, I really want to see all of the amazing queer performers out there.
Yeah.
That if that isn't our opportunity to boost queer artists, like LGBTIQ whatever artists, what is?
Good point.
And we don't do it, and that's really sad. The organisers don't. But at the same time,
organisers, listen.
Yes.
Get more queer artists.
But at the same time,
I whistled that.
I know they have a business model.
Yeah.
And they need to make money.
Big names, pulling big numbers.
Exactly.
This is a thing that I was going to go into, though, as well. Like, there are the prides in towns where they charge for you to go on the street
that you'd normally just be able to walk down.
Yeah. But it just does my nut in.
Well, so Manchester, there's loads of contention around Manchester on this, because you can technically just walk through.
Yeah.
You can walk through. You can't get into any of the locked off areas that are being provided.
Understandable.
Yeah, 100%. But the way that they install the gates, the way they have people checking wristbands as you're walking through,
makes you feel you can't.
Exactly that. And I know every year there's a conversation that goes on with councillors and things that, from the local sort of people in Manchester, and they go, no, you can do this. You unequivocally, you can walk through. But they don't set it up to make it look like you can. No. And that, I think, is just that deceptive naughtiness.
Do you know what? I think Manchester is going to be, even though people say, no, they've changed it a bit, so it's going to be less compact and jammed.
It's going to be at Mayfield Depot now.
Yeah, but it's still going to be rammed, I think, because Liverpool was cancelled.
Oh, yes. Liverpool. What? So that was a sponsors thing?
Yeah.
Right.
So they had to separate from Barclays.
Because I'm a little bit out of the loop on this.
It was the whole trans situation with Barclays.
So Barclays were anti-trans in some way or another? Before we start on the Barclays.
I don't know the details to a T, but it's along the lines with certain things coming into play, and I don't think they were being supportive of.
They weren't aligning with the morals of Pride. Okay.
Yeah. So, and they were a big sponsor of Liverpool Pride.
I see.
So I think they...
So Barclays pulled back.
No, I think Pride pulled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fell on their own sword somewhat.
Yeah.
That's quite noble.
Yeah, so I think that was, I can't guarantee, so sorry if I'm wrong anywhere, but I believe they pulled away and they just made a statement saying we can't afford to do Pride.
Wow. I mean, it's that's a shame, actually. I think that's a shame because, I don't, maybe it's as part of the business model side of things, but Pride could still happen in Liverpool.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. So this is where the silver lining is official Pride isn't happening, but all the bars, they've done a statement and gone, we're still going ahead.
So they're going to kind of work together.
Regardless of if there is no Pride on, we're doing a Pride.
Have a Pride, yeah. Great.
Get out, and
that's what Pride can be. Pride doesn't have to be this huge thing.
And do you know what I was speaking to my partner about, actually, saying, because we were talking about there's not really that many gay bars and this, that, and the other in the area.
Oh, really? I've never been to Liverpool in my life.
It's actually quite fun. It's good,
Apart from
good
to
laugh.
buy an exhaust for a car. Long story.
I thought you were saying something else then. Gan with a C.
Car. Car.
But I think I don't know if they are, but I hope some of the non-gay bars, so there's normal bars, like when I say normal, you know what I mean, the mainstream bars, the straight bars,
Bring up Yates's.
Yeah, if they jumped on it as well, I'm like, no, we're doing Pride. We want to support the queer community, even though there's no Pride.
That's going to be so difficult messaging wise for them. I mean, I want them, don't get me wrong, I would want them to do that.
I don't know if, because I don't remember what date it was, because obviously it's Pride Month and this ain't going to be coming out straight away.
No.
This might have already happened.
Yes.
Ooh.
So maybe we're talking about the part. Maybe we're talking about the future but past.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyway.
Isn't time travel great?
So let's see what happens, eh? But I do think because of that, Manchester will be quite busy because a lot of people...
Yes, probably wanting that big party event thing.
Yeah.
I have no plans to be at Manchester Pride this year, apart from maybe some potential like performing things.
Yeah.
But we're not doing a cav there this year.
Oh, that's cool. So for those who don't know, Ronnie Stone owns Cavalcade.
Yeah, queer collective circus chaos.
There we go. So that explains it.
In a
so
sentence.
Not just yourself performing, but you have a lot of performers who...
Yeah, we're a collective. We're a group of us.
So you're going to be sending a load of those to Pride?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's usually one of those things where I get a load of phone calls from bars the week of. So
we need a fire breather now.
Yeah, it's very that.
What's the most common one you get for Pride?
To be honest, there isn't really a singular common thing because every single person always wants something different. So like, we've done a couple of takeovers, like space takeovers over Pride. So it's like Cavalcade at bar XYZ. We've done a few of those over the years, but we oftentimes get like fire and stilts.
Yeah.
Fire and stilts are kind of a go-to.
I imagine they want stilts because you can be walking out in the street, handing out things, say, come to this bar.
Yeah.
That's probably that, I imagine.
Yeah, and being at that certain height, it just makes people actually naturally gravitate towards you as well. So if you're stood outside...
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Yes. Although my friend had a really funny incident whilst working at Pride last year on stilts.
I know the incident. Are you sure that's funny?
Oh, okay. I mean, I think he finds it funny now.
Cool. As long as he does now.
Yeah, we've certainly laughed about it since.
Okay.
But there was... So working on stilts and... I don't even know how I'd explain the outfit, but it was basically like a cut-out brief with a thong element. Does that make sense? Like a jock strap thong thing.
Yeah, a thock.
Yes.
Yeah.
A thock?
It's a thong and a jock.
Oh, I haven't heard that. Is that a thing?
Yeah, actually, I think a brand has done thocks.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Anyway,
Not Fkme merch though.
there was two incidents. One where someone fully like rugby tackled him.
Oh no, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, like someone fully like just went to rugby tackle. I think the idea was that they were trying to sort of crawl through the legs.
Oh shit!
But then obviously alcohol and enthusiasm sort of went the other way. But he was fine, like professional. He was fine.
And they are quite tall. I've seen these stilts.
Yeah, I can't quite remember the heights actually, which people are.
I think it adds on
criticise me
another
for.
5 foot.
They can do. I don't think it's that much.
Okay.
I think it generally goes up to about 3 foot max. I think. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've had to look into it.
When I stood next to you in yours, I felt like I had another 5 on.
5 foot? Because I'm 5 foot.
Yeah.
9.
Right, maybe 4 foot then.
Yeah, I think probably.
Adding you're 5.
I'm 5'9" on a really good day when I've stretched.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll with that.
Yeah, okay.
Bang on national average.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing average about me.
the other way. So, all right, yeah. So he got rugby tackled. What happened there? Did he just?
I think he just
Was
kind
he
of
in the
laughed.
middle of a crowd, or was he like on grass?
No. He was in the middle of a crowd on like pavement.
Oh God! So he could have crowd
on tarmac. Yeah.
Hopefully, some people broke his fall.
No, he held it.
Oh.
He's a professional. He held it. Kept
so-
himself up.
Yeah. Well, he was a gymnast. All right, let's keep talking about funny things we've seen at Pride. I'll be honest. I can't think because I've not done loads. You've done a lot more than me.
So there's one moment that really sticks out for me. And I saw this at Manchester Pride. It could have been last year or the year before. I can't remember. But there was this group of girls, and they'd obviously been on it. On, like, they were flying. They were having so much fun. And then all of a sudden, there was this one in the middle, a quite short lady. I remember, I don't know why that's an important detail, but it seems it. And all of a sudden, she just sort of grabbed her hair, because her hair was down, quite long hair, grabbed her hair and just, this is gross, just explosively vomited. And she sort of stood up, looked around and went, "I'm so proud of myself." And she screamed it from like the top of her lungs, and all of it. It was just such a funny moment because I was like, "I'm proud of you too, girl. You killed that. You ate
fair
that."
play.
Well,
I mean,
the opposite, but yeah.
Yeah, pure festival vibes.
This is what I mean. You don't get that at the smaller like prides, do you?
No, not at all. Do you know what? I can't even think of like funny things. Like I know there's been loads, but it's like I remember not last year, the year before. I think it was it. Yeah, could have been. It's not funny. It's just something cool. It's what one of the bars did. They turned like their entire front of their building into a ship.
Oh, I think was it Bar Pop that did that?
It was Eagle.
Eagle did. Yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right.
So they had like theme parties, and it was all to do with being on a cruise or a ship or something. But they actually turned the front of their building.
Yes.
So they went well out their way.
They really did.
So that was pretty cool.
That is cool. I like it when they put in so much effort.
Oh, it was crazy effort. It was insane.
Nice to. Sounds really like bottom liney, but nice to see the money being spent.
Yeah. I mean, they're raking it in over Pride, aren't they?
Well, exactly. I mean, I've
pink pound.
I've never ever ventured into a bar at Pride. I've done the main festival, and then I've just gone home. That you see the queue. Actually,
That's what I don't like. Is the queues.
This is the thing.
So,
I see the queue, and I was like, I don't care enough.
This is where we're talking about the pink pound. I don't know if the bars do. Do they whack up their prices?
Some certainly do, especially the ones that are not usually serving alcohol in the way they're serving it at Pride.
Okay. In what way is that?
So you see, there's a restaurant, you know, where...
I get you. So, they're not normally a bar, they're normally a restaurant that has...
The prices there are usually quite high.
Okay. But, yeah, because what I was going to say is I don't know if the bars do, but I do know, like, I went to I can't think what the hell they're called, just a stall for some booze that was set up. I think it was in one of those big, massive trailers. And it was like the tiniest drink ever. Like the cup was like so diddy, and it was £9 for like I think it was a single and Coke.
No.
And I was like, what?
£9. I mean,
it was 2 mouthfuls gone. It's not even.
Oh right, yeah, it's literally like a shortcut.
I would have been happy to have that amount of alcohol.
Yes.
In a bigger cup.
Yes.
Because I'm dehydrated. It's it's August now. Because that's when Manchester Pride was.
It is, yeah.
And I was like, I'm so parched.
Yes. Like, just water.
No, but but that's one of them.
Hotels, I think, are the biggest one. Like that, trying to book a hotel anywhere in Manchester around Pride for what feels like a fair price is just not possible. It's just not possible. Like it's. Do
you know what? Book completely well out the way because you can get an Uber from Liverpool to Manchester for like £50.
That's interesting.
I've never thought that until now.
There's nothing stopping you going even further out.
Yeah, but that's well far though, isn't it? It's already.
Hour. You can still be in Greater Manchester and do the same. Have the same principle.
Oh, you mean closer? Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's something to think of.
Yes, I mean, if you really want to get there that badly, you'll find a way.
Yeah, I would not like to do the train
or the trams.
Oh God.
Imagine what the tram. So
do the trams even run? I thought they'd have to shut them off.
No. Oh, they put extra trams on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but like I live near the Co-op Live.
Yeah.
So I feel like even the trams around there, when there is an event at Co-op and say a football match, the trams around there are carnage. You just can't get on anywhere. So imagine that for like ×5 for Pride.
Yeah, no, and to be fair, I mean, it's not just even Pride itself. I mean, around Pride weekend, loads of other things appear, like loads of other events. Like,
yes.
So, like, just people just throw on. So I think that's quite cool. It is like
the peripheral things.
Yeah, so
a lot of the bars and stuff will do like a lock-ins or.
It's more so like they just throw on like themed things.
Yeah,
it's all Pride related.
Yeah,
but it's like the hedonism guys who spoke about hedonism stable master guys. I've told you about stable master. I know they're doing a Pride stable master orgy thing, and they're doing it the day before Pride all starts. So it's like their Pride begins, so people are going to come.
What better way to start a Pride weekend?
Start off with like 100 guy minimum orgy thing.
100. What do you do with all that penis? Where do you put it all?
Why are you asking me?
You know them.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not a bottom. So I'll put it that way.
World first, folks. You heard it here first.
Anyway, but no, I will be there. It's going to be a big ass orgy. But so that's the way to kick off there. So they're bringing an event pre-Pride. It's like a warm up.
Where is this event? Out of interest.
Location TBD. TBC.
When is it?
I can't even tell. Off the top of my head, I can't think of these things. I just know they're doing one.
Okay, cool.
I think it's the Thursday, but it could be the Wednesday.
Anyway, registering my interest.
But it's just cool, though, like all these things, like people doing extras for, because it's Pride.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I've never been to London Pride.
I have.
What's it like?
Hectic.
Yeah.
Hectic. I was there as a underwear promoter. But this is.
Oh no, don't worry, it's way before.
Way before this. I was there with Andrew Christian.
Oh, cool. Have you seen the announcement?
Yeah. He's been quite a contentious. Like, it needs to be said, he has been quite a contentious character over the years in regards to his positioning on trans people. Certain people have made certain claims, and I'm very aware of that, having worked for him prior to knowing that. But there was about 6 or 7 of us, all in little sort of matching sock sets, and we're handing out like freebies, just different bits and pieces, and people were swarming to us. Yeah. And it was just like,
so this is a freebie.
Oh, we're British. We love free shit.
You could have been handing out Haribo. People would have came.
100%, 100%. But yeah, very hectic. But it feels very much more like a street party in London. There's a lot more like big street-based stages and things. This, again, my memory of it. This is around Soho, but and lots more peripheral events, like those sort of things that you're talking about. Lots more of those, but it feels more spread out.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense, it's a lot of fun, but you're taking over Soho.
Oh, I might have to give it a go. So if it's spread out, or is it still as packed?
It's still packed. This is the thing. It's spread out, but it's packed.
I would die, wouldn't I?
I was dying.
Yeah.
And by that point, I was still in my early 20s, rave party boy era. So
I believe World Pride is at Amsterdam this year.
So there's so many of these different like World Pride, European Pride, all of that sort of thing. And I've never had the draw to go. No. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, you know what? It's what you're talking about, hotels.
You're probably right, actually.
And you're just probably like, I'm not paying that for that. I'll just rather go to Amsterdam another time. Cause,
100%.
But yeah, no, it's cool. I think Pride is a really good thing. I think it's, it's definitely...
really good thing.
It's for what a lot of people see it as...
Opportunity to get together with friends, have a good time.
I bet you there's people who are like really good friends and they only see each other on Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year, this like our yearly thing, let's get together, does that. Obviously, just be proud, be who you are, to all that, spreading awareness. It's just a fun weekend, isn't it?
It can be. It can be.
There are dark times.
Well, it's just my experience of Pride last year was hectic.
Was it?
So, it was just
when
gigs.
You working it?
Yeah. We had 4 gigs over 3 days. It was insane. I remember running like up and down Canal Street, but trying to sort of dart and dive between the crowd. Hectic. That's my resounding memory of Pride from last year.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm going to stick to my smaller prides.
Yeah,
That's what I think it's for me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because big pride's fantastic, but small pride's for me. I think that community vibe, like, I'll happily go up to a store and play hook a duck, you know what I mean? It doesn't
Bring on the village fete.
Yeah, that's my vibe. I'm so chill, aren't I? I'm such an old man now. This beard is now dyed.
Stop it.
Yeah, can you not tell?
I don't, believe it or not, I don't pay that much focus.
What do you think? Please comment.
Topiary.
Is the beard okay? Is it a bit... I think it's pretty cool.
What colour is it dyed?
It's meant to be a medium brown, but I was like, that's gone dark.
Oh, really? I mean, it's the same colour as your hair. Yeah. So you've done a good job.
Perfect. Yeah, this is like 3-4 days after. It needs to calm down.
No way.
Like,
dyeing your beard.
Yeah, so I'm becoming an old man. I'm dyeing my beard. I'm going to village fetes.
Yeah.
I love a good party, though.
Do you sell chutneys whilst you're there?
Oh my God, I need to get on that. Rainbow chutney.
Rainbow. Someone make it.
Just throw in some Skittles.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go, done.
Skittles in a chutney.
That'd be vile, wouldn't it? Maybe. Anyway, so we're going to leave it there and we're going to talk about, even though I say I'm an old man, let's talk about the party that the type I do like. AKA
Okay.
The one that we did. Because, you know what, so I like club events. I like being able to go to them. I like to be able to live at large. I like to really go for it, but then I like to be able to leave and go home, calm down and escape. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about the Fkme event that we had.
Yes! Oh, it was so much fun.
And then we're also going to talk about something else. Still linked. He doesn't have a clue, by the way. Yeah, but anyway, so our new co-host, Ronnie Stone, feel free to comment below what you think of him. You know, if it's if he's a knobhead, then no, I think he's quite good. So anyway, comment below what you think of Ronnie Stone, and tune into the next episode where we're going to be talking about the Fkme event.
Miss y'all already.
Bye.